So this piece of property here has been overgrown for probably 50 or 60 years. There's an old quarry and the state quarried that, and then just, you know, the new owners after that just let it grow. You have some really big trees in between, smaller trees, brush. It was a mess. I cleaned this up mostly by hand in a tractor before purchasing some land clearing equipment. This took me a while by hand and a stump grinder after cutting trees down, but now I am branching off into the forestry mulching and trees like this here. So this is like a 12-inch tree, and I mean 12 to 14, something like that. You can mulch. This one looks it may be dead. Yeah, so this tree, the bark's coming off of it up there as well. This is dead. This needs to be removed. I believe that's the same. There's another one out there that is dead for sure. So these trees can be mulched. That one out there is probably like a 20-inch. This is a hardwood, for example. It can be mulched. It's not preferred to mulch big trees like this because it takes so much time and fuel and effort. So when you're wanting to clear stuff, you can mulch it. You can sit in here with a 100 horsepower machine or whatever. Unless you get into the really big machines, the 300 and 500 horsepower stuff, which costs a lot more. 100 horsepower skid steer, plus or minus, it's going to take a long time. So to do an acre of this stuff, for those of you that aren't familiar, you have like logs laying here. There's a stump. You got the trees here. Most of this is hardwoods. You have some cedar, some softwoods. You have some rocks. I mean, to do an acre of this, I mean, it'd probably take a week, honestly. It could, 5 days at least to do it well. Mulching, you can have machine breakdown in between that, but people are like, I want to clear an acre. Depends on your acre, your acreage. If it was just an overgrown field that hadn't been bush hogged in years, throw a heavy duty bush hog on the machine and you can cut through it. You can cut down saplings, no problem. Something you probably wouldn't want to do with a tractor, but you'd be able to do with a skid steer. You can run through this stuff really easy, like 3 to 4 inch trees. This here you would not want to do. That's dead. You'd have to mulch that. So one other option, if you don't want to mulch everything, and I don't like mulching these big trees like this stuff, if you want productivity, you're gonna have to cut those down, grapple them, throw them in a pile and burn them. It depends on the customer, but honestly, mulching big trees, and that's not even a very big tree, but mulching stuff, it's a waste of time for the customer. If they're gonna pay by the hour, $300 per hour, I'll do it. Most people will, but if you want the best bang for your buck, the most efficient way of clearing, get a contract. We can agree on a price. You can pay it out in stages even, and I'll clear it the most efficient way. It'll be a combination of chainsaw, clearing by hand, could be stacking. See, that's a really big tree right there. There's someone locally that may want that. There's a local sawmill or a guy that collects it for the sawmills, can take it down there. It's gonna cost to haul that over there, so it may not be beneficial to the customer. I have a sawmill, bandsaw mill, if they're a woodworker. If you guys do woodworking, I can cut that up for you, but that's an additional cost. So I'm just saying, trees like this, you don't want to mulch that stuff. It's just going to take too much money to mulch that. Ideally, it gets cut down with a chainsaw and it gets either thrown into a burn pile or just stacked up into a pile, and then the customer, the landowner, can do with it what they want to do at a later time, and you know, saves them a lot of money. They get the land clearing done, you know. So like this is a 2 oak tree and 1. It's huge down here. I mean, it's like 4 feet across, you know. So I would cut that down and then take the stump out with the mulcher. I'd grind it down level. You know, it would take a little bit to grind that stump down, but it would just take forever to mulch that entire tree. That's not, you know, advisable. So that's just an example of some things that if you need some land clearing, can work with you, walk the property, and, you know, specialize in the properties and the clearing of less than 10 acres. I mean, if you're wanting 10 acres cleared like this would be months and months of work, which could get expensive. But if you want something for a house, you know, 1 acre or driveway or an easement for the power lines or septic or whatever it is, we can talk about it and find a reasonable solution. You know, some people, they just come in hacking away and they leave a mess. I'd like to find out first what the expectations are of the customer, and see what I can do realistically in a budget. Help you guys the best I can. So that's it. That's the first video. I'm gonna make a few more videos. See you later.